Well, Grandma, what did you think of Pete's Dragon, which is not quite a remake of a Disney film from about 40 years ago?
That long?
I
Goodness.
think so, back in the 70s. Um,
Long time ago.
and it's not so much a remake as it is perhaps a retelling because it's quite a bit different from the original.
Is it?
It is, although they have some parts of it that are sort of similar. The dragon looks a little similar, and there are some other elements of it that are sort of similar.
Okay.
Um, but it's I think
I don't
quite
remember an
different from the other
earlier
one.
one than this, so I'll
Um,
take your word in.
well, but it's a story about a boy who basically gets lost in the woods, grows up for 6 years or so with this dragon. It's a nice, friendly dragon. They get along famously and are great friends. Eventually, he does come across some humans, and
They come across him.
they come across him. And eventually, I don't think it's giving away too much, that the humans actually come across the dragon too. And so the dragon interacts with the people and it causes quite a commotion, you might say. And uh, what do you think?
I thought it was delightful. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Uh, the dragon that they created was quite lovable. I thought the artists, the CGI people who created him,
Mm-hmm.
did a really marvelous job of using his facial eye
Mm-hmm.
expressions to communicate.
Well, again, just in case anybody wonders, the dragon does not talk.
No, he doesn't
So
talk.
it doesn't talk, but it does sort of, again, as you say, communicate
He
with its facial
communicates.
expressions and eyes and stuff.
Well, and of course, our little boy, who was maybe 5 when he was um,
Lost.
lost in the woods, would not have survived if Elliot, the dragon, hadn't taken him under his wing, so to speak, and provided for him and shared survival knowledge with him and helped him grow for the 6 years that he was in the forest.
So what
The
was good about
forest,
the movie?
oh, the story was interesting. It was okay. Here we have a mythical monster who is not really a monster, but is scary to the humans who discover him. And we have the humans who want to contact him and the humans that want to uh, kill him or subdue him,
Capture
capture
him.
him. So we have the two different reactions to finding, oh, there really is a dragon in our forest. There have been rumors about it and myths about it, tall tales told. Robert Redford plays the father of one of our main characters who did see Elliot, the dragon, or at least a dragon, years ago, when he was in the forest, much younger. And of course, no one believed him, but he believes it because it was true. I thought the actors did a good job. The two young people were particularly interesting. They did a really good job. The grown-up actors were pretty good too.
Okay.
I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. I thought it was well done, and Disney um, deserves credit for creating Pete's Dragon. I thoroughly enjoyed it. What did you think?
Well, it's not a perfect film, but I think it's probably one of the better films we've seen all year. I
Yes.
think it's really quite well done. The the interesting part that really interesting aspect to it that I would point out is that so many of these sort of not science fiction, but fantasy films
Fantasy.
with a lot of special effects. I mean, this doesn't have a lot of special effects, but special effects are all sort of larger than life. They're all about, big things, big ideas,
These
big
were ordinary
different
people.
worlds and
Yeah.
things like this. This movie is not about dragons. This
No,
movie
it
is
isn't.
is very
Right.
down to earth. It's mostly about families and children,
Loyalty,
and
love.
and and small towns. Even the environment and the forest itself. I mean, those are all sort of the things that this movie is about. It happens to have a dragon in it, but it is not about dragons. It tells all those other tales, stories,
Quite well.
I think, very well.
Yes.
And that's, again, what I would really like to highlight of it. Again, it gets to be, again, a very sort of personal story. You get into the characters' situations, and again, it really pulls you along and into their worlds and what they're feeling. And again, they just did a really, really good job. Again, the dragon is very, it seems very real,
It does.
but again, it's not about the dragon, but it's about the people. And I think the actors all did very, very good job in the situation where, again, oh well, they have to believe there's really a dragon. There's a dragon with them all the time. Another thing I'd point out is that unlike a lot of other sort of films that may feature some large sort of fantasy creature or something like that, and maybe like bring it along much later in the movie. They bring this dragon out at the very beginning of the movie, and the dragon is with you the whole way. You really get to know the dragon all along and through the movie, and I thought that was really an interesting choice. I mean, they didn't like keep it hidden, and oh well, it's like popping out here and there, and you get to see a little bit more of it, and then
Right.
oh, it's finally the dragon. No, the dragon is right at the very beginning of the movie, and is there all the way through. And I thought that was, again, a very interesting choice too.
Here was Pete, 5 years old, all alone
Mm-hmm.
in the forest, and here comes Elliot.
And
They reached each other, and from there on, he's there.
Right.
You're absolutely right. He's not a pivotal character. He's one of the main characters there.
now at the beginning, I was sort of wondering whether there was really something in this movie for adults, and I think, again, as you go along, there really is. Again, it really the movie is, I think, everybody would be interested in this movie. Everybody would enjoy this movie, and
I agree with that.
I would very much recommend it.
I agree with that.
What is your report card here, Emma? What did you?
It's a 2 thumbs up movie for me. I enjoyed it thoroughly.